these studies are they're exciting because we're seeing a ton of evidence that red light and NRI wavelengths have an actual effect on your mitochondria, meaning improvement of the cellular quality, like down to the mitochondria in your cells. And that kind of improvement, it really can be far reaching when you're thinking of symptoms that you want to treat.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Thick Thighs Save Lives podcast. I'm Kelsey.
I'm Rachael. Maybe get your headphones in, maybe get your shit together, maybe.
What happened was you weren't watching because you were distracted, but I was moving my hands too much and I ripped out my headphones as soon as we started.
Story of your life. Talk with your mouth, not with your hands.
I used to have a teacher that used to say, like, see with your eyes, not with your hands. And I was like,
so grabby.
I was like, but I gotta touch it.
It's a sensory need.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Okay, you guys, welcome back. How's your week been? What's happening? What's the deal?
It's been a great week. It's been an awesome week here in Florida. It's hot.
It's hot. I see you went the dress route today. I love, well, first of all, the complete outfit without thinking, done. And then
as you can see, that was necessary today. I literally had to bun my hair and I couldn't pick out two pieces of an outfit. So we just went with the one and you're put together.
Sometimes that's just asking too much.
Yeah. Like I can't even pick out a bra.
Yeah. No, I'm not want to. There you go. That's one less thing. It's like all I had to do was put on underwear, and probably you didn't even do that. So let's be honest.
Just the dress.
It's so great in this weather because it's just so versatile and cool. And if you haven't heard, we did make an improvement this year where, you get the back opening. So you don't even have to get naked to pee.
Honestly, so everyone who has a romper knows this struggle. And usually you're fine with it. You just go like, well, this is the lot that I do with a romper. I mean,
it's worth it for I didn't have to pick two pieces.
Yeah.
Right.
And I really don't mind. But adding the feature, I really did find, like, just pulling it down, I was like, this is nice. Like, what a nice addition. Like, I wasn't going to cry without it, but I also was like, this is a really nice addition, especially for those who, like, I very much like to hike. I recently went on a little getaway vacation and I went hiking twice while I was there. That's relaxing for me. And those girlies know if you're gonna go hiking, sometimes you gotta be in the woods.
Yeah.
And you definitely don't want to be naked being in the woods because that's a whole thing. You know what I mean?
That's a whole thing.
Someone could come, like, you're off the trail, but like someone could come walking up and then you're just like,
I mean, tits out in the stall is one thing. There are those little holes, but you kind of like are counting on other women to like not be like, right? But like the trail's a whole nother thing. I mean, but still, like choose the bear.
Yeah, definitely choose 100% choose the bear, but
you don't have to be tits out when the bear shows up.
You don't have to be.
You know what I mean?
And like some of it for me, like something like a dress going hiking, especially how like sweat wicking it is, it's so nice because it's just like the single thing. You don't have to worry about like messing with it, and it doesn't. If you wear a backpack, people who like know this. But if you wear a backpack and your shirt, you know how it gets like bunched up sometimes because like your backpack's moving, you're moving, it gets all bunched up. I really don't like that. But when you have a dress on, like nothing's moving. It's all flat. Nothing's getting bunched up. I'm like, this is a wonderful addition to my life.
Well, all the hiking girls, add to cart right now. Add to cart. And I did not hike in mine yet, but I did pickleball in it. And
so cute for pickleball.
Yeah, so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So cute. So anyway, today's episode, it's a great one. It's we're on our saga of biohacking the shit out of our bodies. Maybe not literally, but we could also.
We might get there.
I
There
mean,
might be a biohacking shit episode. We're just gonna talk about regulating.
don't act like that's not a part of health. It is.
Big part.
But we are on this biohacking quest, if you will. And we have this mini series where we're breaking down, we did an episode breaking down like what is biohacking. We introduced it to you guys. And then we have some products that we are going to go over today, different types of biohacking. So today's episode is going to be on red light therapy.
So, just to kind of, if you didn't listen to our initial biohacking episode, I suggest you just take a stroll back and listen to that one. You don't have need it. It's not like you have to have seen Star Wars 1 to see Star Wars 2.
It's not a prereq.
It's definitely not a prereq. But if you want to kind of understand the outline of what we're going to be doing, it would be a good episode to go back and listen to, because there are so many different types of biohacking, and we're going to cover them individually. And today we're going to cover red light therapy, which is so hot.
It's so hot. Like,
I didn't even realize how hot it was until we started kind of deep dive and researching and seeing how many different products there were. I kind of thought like red light therapy, like single, like sit in front of the red light. But there are so many different types now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to talk about them.
I'm excited to talk about it too. I found this avenue, I guess, of biohacking to be really, really interesting. Just like researching the way, like wavelengths of light and the way they penetrate your body, or the like depth that they penetrate your body, and the physical health benefits that can come with the penetration of the light. It was wild. I don't know. It was just so wild that I felt like, wow, there's a whole ass, space of health and wellness that like I haven't even really been exposed to yet. And so that's what we're hoping to do with this episode. We want to expose you to light therapy because it is so hot right now, especially in beauty. Definitely in beauty. It's it's everywhere. But it's not just
glad. Because you know how some of the like beauty hacks are like, we found some pig sperm and you should rub it on your face, and you're like, what?
Well,
like, what are we doing?
Well, does it work though? Because
and like we'll all buy it. Like
we all will.
If someone came out like, we got new shit in a bag, but it's magical shit, and all you need to do is rub it on your face, like everyone's like, fine, $300.
Damn it. Damn it. If it works, it works. I'm trying to get rid of my wrinkles. I mean, it really is true. And so like beauty is an avenue that is, red light is definitely hitting hard. But what I was more interested in, and not to say I'm not vain, because I'm vain as shit, but not only are we looking at like basic things like fine lines and wrinkles, but we are finding benefits for light therapy for things as serious as cancer recovery. There's some really, really interesting health benefits that come with this that are beyond, just a couple of fine lines around your crow's feet.
So here's how I like to think about that when it comes to some of these like anti-aging things, and just the difference in our thinking when we start to think about, the vanity aspect of like lines and getting older, and just that whole idea. And I just want to like preface this by saying like, I'm right on board with the like, don't age gracefully, age like the wild beast that you are, and just like, lean right into it, because we just keep getting better. Women.
I mean,
we just like really keep.
We always been here, but now people are realizing.
Yeah, like and just like, being, and we talked about this in the past about like getting older is not this like thing that we need to fight, but something that I like to think about when we're talking about some of these like looks for anti-aging, or what some of the other benefits might be. when you think about the health of something, and I know I just recently read this about monks, and they were looking at the health of a monk's brain, and where that put them on the spectrum. So they had like a 55-year-old man, and his brain health overall was that of a 33-year-old man, because he just cared for it. He's meditating all the time. He's really taking care of his brain. And when we start to think about some of these things that could be anti-aging for our bodies, what are the other effects that are actually in there that aren't necessarily just for like looking younger, but actually maintaining the health of our skin, our organs, of all of these of our body functions, and how is that overall improving our health?
Yeah, I like to think of it less as anti-aging and
Yeah.
just more as um paying attention to the
Caring.
health and the
Mhm.
care of these, and for whatever reason you want. If you want to do it because your vein is shit, then do it for that reason. But anytime you care for something, it lasts longer. So that's like, you can have whatever the backstory you want, but anytime you care for something, it lasts longer. And so that's ultimately what we're trying to do. So on today's pod, I think we want to start with probably some basic principles and types of light therapy. We're gonna do this in super layman's terms for two reasons. One, we're not scientists or experts in the field of light therapy, so we're learning this, and then we are giving it to you in a digestible way, um, that really, we're not going to go beyond what we could understand. So
Yeah.
hopefully
It's
it
important to
is.
just kind of like break that down into how you can use this information. Because like, if you were going to do a PowerPoint presentation on it, like we could talk after the podcast.
Right.
But if we can really break it down on like how you could use this information and how you could understand it, is what we're really hoping to do.
For sure. So, we're going to open with, just talking about some of the ways that these are being utilized in different fields and how it kind of works. And then we have two product reviews. Kelsea has a red light therapy mask that she has been using and will review for you. And I have an infrared sauna blanket that I am going to talk about and review for you guys. These are both forms of the light therapy that we're gonna do the overview on. And then we have an additional product, which is a biohacking on a budget, a new segment that we're going to try to do with all of our biohacking episodes, where, if some of the prices of the products that we are reviewing are seeming like, oh girls, I hear you, but my God. We have a budget product that is a little bit more affordable and a little bit less invasive, and maybe something that you might want to just kind of kick off your journey with.
Yeah.
So that's going to be today's pod. Let's get into explaining light therapy.
I will tell you this. So the biohacking on a budget, Rachael has that one for today, but I have one for our future episode that I've been using consistently, and I love it. So
Oh my
stay
God,
tuned.
bonus.
Yeah, like stay tuned. And I've been using it every day, and I'm someone who like, the only way I implement something daily is if I really like it. And this one I really, really liked. So when you
Wow.
tune in the future for biohacking on a budget, I will mention mine, because then have been using it for 2 months. Yeah,
Damn.
but I'm loving it.
I'm
So
excited now.
you can get some really cool products that are definitely on a budget.
Love that. All right. So buckle
Light
up,
therapy.
sisters, because this gets weird and a little sciencey. But we're gonna break it down simplistically, and shoot you straight on what we've learned about light therapy. First of all, we are not scientists. We are not professionals in this area. We are not recommending that you try any product that we've mentioned until after you discuss it with your trusted health professional, right? Like, everything is not for everybody.
100%.
I heard you take a breath, so I was just waiting. Were
No.
you just breathing? I'm sorry.
I was just breathing, but also like, I love the disclaimer, but you got to know that everything that, is being put out there and you take what you need and leave what you don't. So this falls right under the same lines as that. And, we have nothing to gain by, telling you about red light therapy. Like, it's not our field. We're not coming out with red light therapy products. Like we have, we have nothing to gain by this. We're just going to talk to our friends about it and let you decide.
Absolutely. So, last disclaimer, always talk to your doctor before implementing any of the biohacking topics we talk about in this series, because your personal medical history is going to determine whether or not these are products that you should be utilizing. Okay, so now, light is weird
Light's so weird.
because
I didn't know
it's
how
so
weird it is.
weird. It's so, there's like light you can see, light you can't see.
And
There's
I mean,
wavelengths and spectrums and
we're talking about red light therapy, but I think it's initially what was very interesting to me, and I'm sure the question a lot of people asked was like, why red light? Like,
yeah.
like why not
What's the
blue,
matter with
green,
blue?
red? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why red light? And it's very interesting to learn about the ins and outs of the different types of light and how it is affecting, like, not only our nervous system, our skills, our skin, our absorption, and how we are absorbing the different types of light. That it's one of those rabbit holes that you
I
can
know, it
go
gets
down.
weird.
Yeah.
It gets weird. And then at a certain point, it starts to hurt your brain. And also at a certain point, you start feeling weird because, like, when I started researching this, it starts with electromagnetic energy, right? And this is all around you at all times, every day. It comes in the form of red light, near infrared light. These are all going to fall into the spectrum, but also, stuff like radio waves and microwaves. There's visible light, there's ultraviolet light. Like, there's so many things that are surrounding our body every day in the form of electromagnetic energy that it started making me feel a little weird, like, like I'm not alone and stuff.
Yeah. I did add some different, as we are going to talk about EMF in the future, in this podcast, of just like some different ways to avoid some of those more with too much exposure. Some of those can be significantly harmful. And I had recently, I don't want to go off a tangent here, but I'm going to because it's my podcast.
Oh, sit
I had
down.
recently
I'll
been
sit
thinking
down.
about this because I had put my phone, down on my belly, and I was like, huh, like, and then I like moved it. I was like, that's weird. Like
That's
there,
where my organs are.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and then I was like, huh, I was like, that's something to think about. And as the more that I read about some of the different types of light and just the different types of frequencies that we have, and thinking about, like, I had heard this before, but I just want to make sure other people know about, like, having your laptop on your lap. I know it's a laptop, but it's actually not supposed to be like on your lap and like on your organs. And like, there's other devices I did add to this that you can use to block that if you're someone who needs to use your laptop like on your lap, or like, laying down on your belly, whatever. But you definitely want to be careful with some of those devices. Not the fear monger here, but just be thoughtful about what some of those devices are doing around us. That came up for me during a lot of this research, that I was like, that makes a lot of sense. My initial thought was like, I don't want that there. And it was backed up by like looking up actually what the effects could be.
Yeah, I mean, we're experiencing a lot of this on a daily basis, notwithstanding, things like X-rays and things like that are, we know, right?
Yeah.
But some of these, and if you're interested in EMF, like, not only in this podcast are we going to hit it, because both of the products that we reviewed, we were very cognizant of that aspect for people who are aware of those things, because we are using something that needs to be plugged into electricity, right, in order to work. And so, anytime you're thinking about light therapy or any therapy that involves electricity in any way, we want to be just cognizant of it, for sure. I mean, this is a health podcast. Like, we're not gonna,
Yeah.
wear tin
It's just
hats and
something you
shit,
don't
but
really
like
like think about sometimes. Just we have our phone all the time. Like, where are we putting our phone? Where is it resting the majority of time? I know a lot of women who, when they carry their phone around, if you don't have CBG pockets, you stuff it in your bra and just kind of like, be thoughtful about it.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because there are different wavelengths, right? And they're measured in nanometers. And what differentiates these is the depth that they go into your body. And that is a significant amount of the research with regards to red light because of the different lights and the different wavelengths. They are going to get to different depths into your body. And this is what gives them varying effects. So when you're thinking about how something is like being absorbed, sort of, and the depth that's being absorbed into your body, yeah, putting your phone for extended amounts of time, you're going on an hour walk and putting your phone in your boob, it's something to think about. So, we're going to talk about products today that use red light therapy, and often that means near infrared light as well. And then that's Kelsey's product. And my product is infrared light therapy. And the difference, as I said, is just absorption, right? So, what sets red light apart from near infrared is, again, the light photons and how far they go into your body tissues. So some are going to be surface. When we talk about products for sort of fine lines and wrinkles, you can think of those as more surface products. And the deeper into the infrared zone that you go, the deeper into the tissues. Now you're talking about like into muscles, into bones, into ligaments, like that far. So people that use red light therapy to improve skin quality, speed wound healing, stimulate hair growth, even as far as chronic pain. And these studies are they're they're exciting because we're seeing a ton of evidence that red light and NRI wavelengths have an actual effect on your mitochondria, meaning improvement of the cellular quality, like down to the mitochondria in your cells. And that kind of improvement, it really can be far reaching when you're thinking of symptoms that you want to treat.
Yeah. See, I found that very interesting because when I initially started, researching, um, light therapy in general, or, what it's commonly referred to as LLLT, which is low level light therapy. And that kind of covers the basis for what we're talking about when it comes to light therapy. And the initial response was really elevate your life. And I was like, huh, that's a claim. I was like,
Damn,
that's a
walking on
claim.
air?
And it was like by harnessing powerful frequencies of red and near infrared light. And I was like, okay, understood. Like, elevate my life. But when you start to break it down of what some of the benefits are, they are so far reaching that I understand why there was this kind of like blanket statement,
Right.
because it's not just talking about some
Acne or,
acne, skin
yeah,
hair, fine
right.
lines. It's not just talking about all of these things. We're talking about how this type of therapy can really make these deep changes, which you kind of think like, you go out in the sun, you're like, there's a little light on my skin. That's it's just surface, but it's really not when it comes to light therapy. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about some of the different ones and some of the different ways that we tried this.
Yeah. And, it's not often you get to use your high school education. Oh,
Yeah,
mitochondria?
I
Oh, the powerhouse
know.
of the cell? Oh, shit.
It's like I knew I was going to use that one day.
I was like, I saw the word mitochondria. I was like, oh my God, it's the powerhouse of the cell. I've been waiting my whole life. I've been waiting my whole life.
Well, it's really exciting to think about some of the technologies and just how, sometimes you kind of think like, have we stalled, not from an evolutionary standpoint, but in the development of like shouldn't we be further in like how we can treat chronic disease, illness? And it kind of looks like overall people are getting sicker, but overall as a society, in many ways, we are getting sicker. But there are ex- large exceptions to that some people are getting weller, are getting healthier, are living longer, and are, overcoming like diseases that would have obviously killed them many years ago. But like overall, people, a small subset of people are much healthier. What are they doing? What's happening over there? And like, how can we kind of like replicate that in some of our everyday lives where we are also busy humans and not totally focused on how we can biohack our lives in every way?
Well, that's why biohacking, right? That's why the series is,
Yeah.
because like there are these pockets of like wellness that the studies and the scientific knowledge that is being gained here is really exciting stuff.
You
And
can
I
see how
don't,
people are looking.
yeah.
I
I'm gonna
recently did this one little like one thing about like what people thought your 30s were, and it showed like the Cheers cast. I don't know if you guys remember Cheers, but like I'm talking like you would
where
be like, what?
everybody
Homer
knows your
Simpson
name.
was in designed to be in his 30s in the
Oh, damn.
yeah, like these are great like just reference points of like that's what we thought a person in their 30s were when we were younger. And now you look at people in your 30s and you're like, you are absolutely slaying. Like you like the Cheers cast, like we had like major receding hairlines, like it was wild. Like you look, I'm telling you, look up the Cheers cast and like just look at a comparison and you'd be like, that looks like a person now that I'd be like 55. Like,
Definitely, that's so true. Well, speaking of receding hairlines, have you heard of red light therapy? No, but okay. So I want to give you the floor because we're going to go through your product first, and I want to let you talk about. Oh my God, it's getting scary up in here. You got to watch on YouTube. Come on, guys. Actually, you look good in that. How do you look good in that? I hate you.
No one looks good in
Yeah, you do.
I think I
Your like
scared my boyfriend.
eyelashes like came out and then you're like flash your white smile and it was like, "Oh, okay." It's like a fashion thing now. So I did not try this. You did. So what I want to do, I want to hear all about your experience and then can I ask you some questions just like as a non-user to
Yes.
see. Okay.
I think that's a great idea because I think,
Okay.
after I go over the overview, I'm sure people will have more questions and you are probably one of them. Like, and hopefully we'll answer all of the questions you guys have listening. So I use, if you
Tell
saw
us
me pick it
about your
up,
scary
my
mask.
scary mask. I use a red light face mask by Bond Charge. And if you saw it looks like a serial killer. And I did
Not on
not the
you.
mistake, but I was sitting on the couch with it. And my boyfriend came out and he was like, what is happening? I first of all, like good thing, like you could see the rest of my body, or else he may have thought someone broke in. Like
It's a little ski mask-ish.
it's ski mask ish for sure. But let me just tell you about the claims for the Bond Charge face mask, and then we can talk about if I found these claims to hold water.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, so this face
Bond
mask,
Charge, welcome to the show.
Bond Charge, welcome to the show. You claim to harness the power of red light and near infrared light. And you can choose the setting on the lovely little remote control they
That's
have here,
fancy.
which is very easy to use. Um, it helps reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, scars, and blemishes. It promotes firmer, more youthful looking skin. It's comfortable and convenient, lightweight, contours perfectly to your face. I'll definitely talk about that a little bit. Eye holes and cordless design allows you to take your session and go about your activities.
Oh, wait, so you don't have to stay plugged in?
You do not have to stay plugged in,
Okay.
which was amazing.
Okay.
Optimal wavelengths of red and infrared light, and we can talk about kind of like what the I mean, we touched on this when we did our hydro bottles too, but there's definitely different levels that you're going to get from different products,
Right.
and it's going to reflect how useful or how effective
Effective.
they
Yeah.
are.
Mm-hmm.
It's suitable for all skin types and can be used as part of your typical skincare routine. And you only have to use it 10 to 20 minutes in those sessions 3 times a week to see results. It's
Wow.
rechargeable, and with regular use, it can help improve your overall texture and tone of your skin, leaving you with a smoother, more radiant complexion. Who doesn't want that?
Whoa.
I will tell you the cost is $349, which
That's an investment.
is an investment.
It
But I
is.
did want to talk about that for a little bit because initially I was slightly put off, slightly. I think anything over $100, we're all like put off by that price tag. But I did want to think about some of the other skincare routines that you go through that you need to refill, like all of your like face masks that you need to replenish because you're using them, and how much you'll need to go through that, and you'll easily make that up because
That's true.
you don't have
I
to,
have
like, this isn't something that you
10,000
use and then you don't have
creams,
yes.
40,000 lotions, oils, concoctions. I've got, I mean, I have things that are half full because I didn't even like them.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, no. I had one thing I was allergic to.
Oh, boo.
And yeah, well, because like, I don't know, it's like vitamin C. My
Yeah.
skin does not like that. But yeah, I guess when you put it that way, I'm definitely spending that on concoctions.
For sure. And if you find some type of concoction that you like, you're going to use it, you're going to go through it, and then you're going to have to rebuy it again.
Right.
Where you
Yeah, that's
purchase
true.
something like this, you're not rebuying it, you're using this type of skincare, and you're not having to say, like, oh, I'm all out of my face mask. It's like, no, it's right here. You just plug it in.
That's a really good point. I also want to say that just specifically for you guys, we did get you a code for Bond Charge. So if you are interested in this product, but not so much in the $349 price tag, we got you 15% off, and that can be used site wide. So this mask or anything on their site, 15% off with the code TTSL just for you, Chick.
Because they did have a ton of other products on there, other red light products. I didn't try those. I tried the mask, but I did look into some of the other products, and some of the other ones that they did develop are EMF blocking products.
I want to do that for a biohack. Like I
Oh,
want to
okay. Let's do
do,
that.
yeah,
Okay,
I want
cool.
to do like a episode on,
Because I was like, oh, they
trying
have
out some
phone
products.
pockets. I don't know. I
Yeah,
went on a deep dive of like, I can't have you.
I know. I know.
It
It
was
gets
one of those
weird in
things.
there. It gets weird.
So yeah, they did have a ton of other products. I'm specifically going to talk about this one, but if you are interested in some of the quality red light products, you can check them out. And you do have a code if you want to, if you're not specifically interested in the face mask, but you'd like to do some lights or something. So my experience, and I will just tell you, like, completely honestly, like, Bond Charge is not what is
They
it
don't
called?
own me.
They don't own me. But they're not a sponsor of the podcast. We're not
No,
going to get kickback, nothing.
no.
This is just genuinely my experience, so I have no reason to pump them up in any way. I felt
We
that
don't even know you, Bon
we
Charge.
don't know you. I felt that the user friendliness of this product was really good. Taking it out of its box, it gave a QR code. I don't know if everyone else is like this, but a thing of directions is very off-putting for me. It's like
Oh, your
overwhelming.
ADHD is showing.
I'm like, a thing of directions. I like immediately put it to the side. There was no like papers.
Meanwhile, I brought mine to the podcast.
Oh my god!
I read it 3 times.
Very
I hate
different,
myself.
very different ways that we go about things. I did like the fact that they didn't have a bunch of paper instructions though, just for like for the environment as
Yeah.
well. It was a QR code. You simply, pull up your phone, take a pic, or put it on your camera, and it pulls up, how to use the face mask, which in a very like digestible. I really like that it was in like small segments and I could just scroll
Yes.
through.
Yes,
It
I'm
was
here for
like
that.
step 1 too. So it was actually very user friendly. It comes fully charged. So as soon as you get it, you don't have to like put it on a charger and wait. You can use it right away.
Ooh,
Thought that
what
was
a
really nice.
good feature. Like
Exactly.
you that's almost for nothing. Like I can't think of a single product that I've received within the last like 5 years that has
Mhm.
come actually charged.
100%.
You
Or
got to wait.
like the batteries, or like it doesn't come with batteries or
Right.
something. There's no batteries. Like it wasn't like, oh, you get it and then you're like, oh, I need my triple A's. Like that's the worst for me because I get all excited about a thing and I'm like, well, I don't have any triple A's.
Damn it.
So,
Meanwhile, I have all my batteries sectioned off by
of course you do.
type and they are never empty. Okay.
Of course you do. I don't have a battery
I also have a
draw.
kid.
Yeah. So it comes fully charged. You don't need any batteries. You can literally pull it out of the box, start using it. It comes with it's held onto your face by this like Velcro strap that comes separate. You put it on, and it's a really soft Velcro. I was initially thinking just because I have very long hair and it's like kind of coarse and crazy sometimes. So when I saw that it was Velcro, I was like, oh, is this gonna get tangled in my hair? It's a super soft Velcro and does not get tangled in your hair. It's one of the, I don't know, like maybe I just haven't had a lot of Velcro products recently that Velcro's just come a long way. But
Look
it's
at
just like
you,
this,
Velcro.
I know, it's just like this really soft and it's not the type that's like gonna get caught in anything. It just like, you don't even feel it. Um, it's really easy to use because it's wireless. You can walk around your house while doing the face mask, like make breakfast,
That might
fold
be my
some
favorite part.
laundry.
I don't
That,
like being tied down.
yes, you don't have to sit
Oh, I
down.
really like that.
Yeah, and it's like one of those, how sometimes when they say, you can move around, but it's one of those things where like every time you move, it moves on your face. It's not like that at all. You put it on and you can go about your normal things and it's not shifting in any way or being like cumbersome in how you're moving or what you're doing. Like, sometimes like you can't look down because it was just a fall down. It stayed right in place. It's controlled by this remote. So it's super easy to use and you can kind of change like which settings you're going to do with the remote. And that just plugs right into the mask. So I just had like put that in my pocket and went around and did my thing. Um, so for me, I immediately felt a difference in my face. The
Wow.
first time that I used it, it was in the morning and my face was really puffy. Like I just woke up with a puffy face.
So every day.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, let's see what we got here. And immediately after use, my face wasn't puffy anymore. And I know it should take like, I think it says like at least three uses to see a difference. But after the first use, like my face was not puffy anymore. And that was like a
Whoa.
first time in the morning thing. Um, and my skin felt like more elastic, I guess, and just like tighter.
Huh.
After one use, I definitely felt that, and it wasn't just like am I supposed to be feeling this? Because I was actually very skeptical because I only wore it for 10 minutes and was like, oh, how could 10 minutes? I just put it on, made some breakfast, had it on for 10 minutes, and my face was definitely less puffy and felt really good. Um, I have a really small face in general. So I was like nervous that this is kind of big and it
Yeah.
wasn't going to fit my face, but it actually fit it really well. It didn't stay like connected to my chin, but I didn't feel like that was a problem at all. Like it was just like sitting off of my chin, but it didn't. I thought it was going to be a problem where like this is just going to be too bulky, like
It's
a
like
ski
red
mask.
lighting your ears and stuff, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Why?" Yeah.
Why? But it's a super flexible mask. It looks like it's like hard, but it's actually not. It's like super flexible. So, and how it's held together is really, or the Velcro on the back is really flexible. So, for different sizes of face, like I don't think that you need to worry about that, because it's definitely it definitely will move to fit like your specific face. Um I felt an improvement in my skin's texture right away. I was also going through a kind of a bad, what I feel like a bad skin time, where it just felt like very uneven. So I was like, well, here we are. See if anything can help it now. And it looked much more even after I used it. So I thought that was um, a really like immediate thing that gave it a little like a healthy shine. And I didn't know if that was
Oh,
just like bringing it to the like to the surface,
yeah.
but it definitely gave it a more healthy shine where it was feeling like just like that. um so this is the most convenient mask I've ever owned. I like to do face masks, but the washing and then you put
It's
on a face
dripping
mask.
down
It's
in my
dripping down.
elbows. My whole shirt is
Exactly.
wet.
And you can't like you kind of have to like be cognizant of how you're moving about, because you don't want anything to like accidentally touch it, or like Mrs. Doubtfire like drip it into whatever you're making. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
Whereas like, and it's kind of a to do where you're like, I have to like segment this time. I'm gonna wash my face first. I do think you should go at this with a clean face, but like when you do a face mask, I have to wash my face first. I gotta put it all on. I gotta wash it off. That try all of that. Whereas like this is just kind of like, oh, you wake up in the morning, you can just put it on, or if you want to do it at night, where like you like rinse off all your makeup, you just put it on and you go about the rest of your night. You're not like committed to having a wet face. That
Yes.
commitment for me.
I like
It's only
this.
10 minutes and then you move on. I liked that you could bring it anywhere. Um, like you could just like easily like put this in your bag and just go places with it.
I
And
mean,
it's
if you
not
wanna scare
like,
everybody.
I know, right?
Sure. Just grocery shopping.
And you can charge and reuse it, which I like chatted about a little bit. It's just I feel like it's a good investment where a lot of the skincare that we're doing, we're constantly having to replenish it, and it's just like we go through, we use it, it's mostly water. It's like like,
Yeah.
and we have to just come back to it so many different times, that you can just reuse this as many times as you want. So that's a great investment for me.
That's cool. One question that I had is, does it get hot?
It does not get hot. No.
Okay.
I only
Warm?
did the red light. No. No temperature changes for this one.
No temperature changes. Okay.
hmm I only did 10 minutes, and I only did the red light setting. I didn't use any of the other ones, so I wonder if maybe those got warmer. Um, it's possible. So sorry, I didn't do the other settings,
That's okay.
but this one, because I used it on the lowest one, but this one did not get um temperature change at all.
One other question. Products before, products after. Like, does it like open your pores? So then, like, okay, you're like, oh, good. Now I'm gonna put all my my 97 concoctions that I've spent all my money on.
Mhm.
Or is it like you do those before and then you put the mask on and it like sets them in and marinates them?
It marinates them. It said to use it with clean skin, so that's what I did. I didn't put on any products before I used it. One of the times I had put on a face lotion already and just put it on, and didn't find any like difference between the two. So in my opinion, like you could use it when you get up in the morning if you want to, or if you're more of like a nighttime person, you could definitely do that. But the feeling of like, is it opening up or closing my pores, is not the feeling that you get, because there's no, it's not like a temp, like it's not a temperature change
Right,
at
right,
all.
right.
Like there's no
Yeah.
mist, there's no um like you're not like sweating or like having anything that kind of like makes you feel like, oh, now I should capitalize this by putting some like really good lotion on. It just feels like, oh, this feels like tighter.
Oh. My
Oh.
God, I heard they have those for vaginas, but I didn't try any.
I knew that's what you were thinking.
Oh, well,
You didn't show the people that you put your vibrator on your desk.
Oh my God, it's not a vibrator.
Oh,
Jesus.
weird. That looks like a vibrator.
All right, this is our biohacking on a budget. This is later, Kelsea. All right.
Oh, sorry.
It's not a vibrator. I mean, I guess it could be. All right. So last but not least, for your product, I did want to just hit on the fact that for the EMF factor, electrical EMF for the face mask is a non-factor. It is such low levels that safe exposures are like under 50. And this is like running at a 3. So super safe. And then as far as magnetic EMF, less than a laptop, less than a phone. So if you're walking around doing your face mask with your phone in your pocket, your phone is giving you more magnetic EMF than the face mask. So, I just wanted to just hit on that before you ended. So overall, would you recommend this product?
Overall, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I really like things that you can just kind of like put on and go. I know that some of these like hacks you want to be like relaxing. My ear bunnies with relaxing.
Don't ear bunny relaxing. Jeez, why?
But sometimes like I'm relaxing by kind of like buzzing around, like doing some things that will make me feel ultimately more relaxed. So like if I'm like cleaning something, like folding laundry. I don't fold laundry. It's a weird thing. But like if I'm able to do some of these things and being able to put it on while I'm doing some other activities was so important for me. And I really do feel like it's a very good investment where like I know how much money I've invested in other skincare products that I know that I need to replenish all the time. And the fact that you don't need to like, keep buying this, you just buy it one time and you have it.
So you're going to stick with it?
Perfect for me. Yes, I'm definitely going to stick with it.
So I maybe I'll use your code then.
Use a code.
Maybe I need one.
I looked at some of their other products too, and you mentioned EMF, which they were very cognizant about throughout their website. They have a whole section on EMF specifically, talking about EMF, and then they created some products that are designed to shield against EMF radiation coming from your typical devices, like they have phone pouches, laptop mats, and things like that are ear headphones. And I was like, oh,
nice.
cool.
Like, cool. Bravo, Boncharge. Nice product.
Yeah.
And do out there doing the thing. And Kelsea liked it. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm really glad. Good.
Quick interruption because we have to tell you about the Into the Horizon collection that just dropped, and it's so beautiful.
It's so good. We have something for our desert girlies, something for our mountain lovers, and then a little something for the forest dwellers as well. You know what I'm saying?
For the forest dwellers.
It's so good.
There's 3 patterns in this collection, full collection. You definitely have to check out, honestly, all 3. I can't pick a favorite. Just check them out. They're live now on the website, constantlyvariedgear.com.
Go nature lovers. Good for you. Okay, that was our red light face. And now we are going to move on to a bit of a different form of light therapy, which is an infrared. And we reviewed that in a HeatPod Sauna Blanket. This was by Hydragun, and this was my review. I want to first say that similar to the face mask, these things ain't cheap, but we do have the biohacking on a budget. But this the Hydragun sauna blanket was $499. And I also got the towel insert, which was bringing it to a grand total of $549. So it's definitely investment, but
So is a sauna.
so if you consider it, right. So like if you are interested in infrared sauna benefits, there are two different ways to go, right? You can invest in a sauna that is going to be in your house. I've seen a lot of influencers. This is very, very hot right now, getting infrared saunas like in their home gyms, in their garages, like stuff like that. And these things are thousands and thousands of dollars. And the benefits are absolutely there. But I guess in comparison, the benefits that you're going to see from infrared sauna use, if you can get them, under the $500 price tag, that is definitely a very competitive price in that particular market, right? So with that, my review of the HeatPod Sauna Blanket. First of all, the claims from Hydragun are that this is the most competitively priced option on the market, which, as we said, when it comes to infrared sauna use, you're in the thousands and thousands, or you're here. It has a zip closure. Basically, what you do is you get inside. I couldn't bring mine because it's way too big.
Yeah.
And it's super, super heavy. But
okay, so where it goes, it kind of like lives there.
It lives there.
Okay.
That's definitely a factor. And I want to talk about that too, because like for a couple of days it was like out in my bedroom and my husband was like, is this going to stay here? Or like, because it's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's pretty bulky and it's heavy. And it needs to be plugged in. But, what it is similar. I think of it like a sleeping bag kind of, like, but the heavy version. So it's a big giant zip thing. So you get in it like a coffin. It does not cover your face at all. It just comes up to your shoulders and you zip yourself in. There are 0 EMF infrared heating coils. So that is not a factor with the blanket at all. And it goes from 86 degrees to 176 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. One of the things I'm really messed up in the beginning. So I saw this heat range and I was like, okay, so I thoroughly read my instructional manual and I was very intimidated by 176 degrees. I'm not a sauna user. So like the most I do is like a hot tub. And like, I know, a hot tub typical setting is like 102, 104. So when I saw 176, I was like, I'm going to burn. I'm going to be in hell. I was very intimidated by those temperatures. And so my first use, I put it on like what I would typically sit in a hot tub at. Like I was like, let's try 102 because that's like a temperature that I'm familiar with.
And just over body temperature.
Yeah. And it didn't do anything. It wasn't even warm in there. I was just like laying there and I was just like, okay. It did feel a lot like a weighted blanket. It was slightly warm, but like I didn't feel like deep penetration into my muscles or any of the things, that I was wanting to hopefully get out of it. So the first use, fail. Second use, I did very typical Rachael fashion. Okay, put it all the way up then. I'm such
all the way
idiot.
Down? Not hot enough. Well, let's go all the way up.
Why is there no in between? So I put it on 176 and tried sitting in there for 60 minutes. Nearly died. Sweat like a mofo. And then the next morning I tried to get up and play pickleball with my husband and I almost passed out. Like I was like,
you were dehydrated.
I was so dehydrated and I was like, I'm okay. We got to get a middle ground.
You are not a sauna user. Like
no.
Every time I go into the sauna, I bring in like a massive cold, water bottle with some like extra like hydro like powders in there.
I've never gone in a sauna. I've never,
Okay.
like, I've never
Oh,
even,
yeah.
never, I've never stepped foot in there.
I love a
I
sauna.
think it's like a small spaces thing, but like, so here's the thing. I'm an idiot, but I think that that's kind of a good review because, like, I'm a person who has literally never used a sauna, and there was a learning curve on this for me. But after the 176 almost died day, I got a little smarter. I stayed away for a couple days because I was a little scared of it. And then I came back and cut the difference and stayed in for 30 minutes. And I'll tell you what, I like this thing.
Yeah?
So, benefits as given by the company are anti-aging because apparently there's some release of heat shock proteins which promote cellular regeneration.
Mhm.
Faster muscle recovery. I will personally attest to the fact that I had gone on a little hiatus in my frequency of my workouts because I was traveling a lot and I had a lot going on. Excuse. And I came back to working out consistently at the same time as starting this. And I will tell you, I know how sore I am typically going to get when I have not been working out consistently and then I turn it on again.
Sure.
This was a huge help in recovery time and the like the deepness of the sore. Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to describe
Mhm.
when I say that? Like
Mhm.
how deep it goes when like you can't walk down the stairs, like how much it
Like when
kept
you go
it.
to sit down on the toilet, you're
Oh. So like
it's
the
that deep sore.
yeah, and like the like please don't laugh because like my your abs, like that deep level of sore. One thing I found, this is just anecdotal and personal, it kept the level of sore more surface.
Mhm.
So like I can feel my quads are sore, but they're not sore in like such a deep way that I'm like, I can't walk down the stairs. It was like I can feel that they're sore, but like it really kept it more surface. They claim that the physiological benefits are similar to cardio. And this is like a common sauna kind of benefit that like it gets your heart rate up, obviously, you start sweating. Those effects in your body are comparable to if you were doing moderate slow state cardio. So like if you were going to go on a moderate walk at a good pace and you were going to get your heart rate up and sweat a little bit, you can get, they claim, the same benefits from simply just laying there. And I mostly fell asleep. Actually, I fell asleep almost every time except the
You
time I was
did.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're laying down and it's warm. Oh, that's
Mhm.
one thing I'll say. Unlike yours, right? Infrared does promote like a heat, right? So it's actually hot in there.
Mhm.
It's warm.
Mhm.
They are also claiming that there is a contributing factor for muscle mass and boosting growth hormone, cognitive and brain health benefits, and even mental health benefits because there is claims that infrared reduces cortisol, boosts endorphins, and then what that does to anxiety, depression. This is dose dependent. These are cumulative benefits. So the more you sauna, the more you benefit.
The less depressed you
I
are. No, don't quote me on that.
I listen, here's what I loved about it. I loved that it was a relaxing experience. Very therapeutic meditation you could put on. Like I did this a couple times. I put on like a meditation while I was laying there because I have to multitask.
Mhm.
Um I also fell asleep a number of times. It's great like that. But in the same respect, the opposite of what you were saying. You
Yeah.
have to block out time for it. You have to lay there. Like it's not like a multitasking situation. So it's a whole ass thing. But it did help me sleep better. I put it before bed because that was the only time that I felt like it was kind of like a space in my day to
Convenient
sort of do
for
that.
you. Yeah.
And I saw almost immediate benefits in my sleep quality. I don't know if that claim is supported on here. I don't see it, but
Wow.
I slept better. And last thing that I wanted to say was I liked the fact that I could sweat and not ruin my hair. I know how this sounds.
Mhm.
But the reason a lot of time that I don't want to get in saunas is A, like small space stuff, and B, like that's it for your hair. Good night.
100%. If you just washed it, that's been a significant deterrent for me. And I love saunas. And I've been like, "Ugh, I just washed my hair." Because now, like, I have like wavy curly hair. So when I get into a sauna, it's like, and it's wet. It's
Right.
wet. It's sweat wet.
It's sweat wet. And that's kind of a thing. So you're like making this commitment to like, okay, well, if I just wash my hair and then I have to wash it again, I'm trying very hard to wash my hair more infrequently. So because it only came up here, I just tied my hair up and like I was sweating in my body, but like not in my scalp.
Hmm.
And that was really nice. I got it with the blanket that comes inside, which so then I went in the nude because it was like if you have the blanket, you don't need clothes. So I just like being nude and so
Can
if
we
they're gonna
take
give
that
me the
out as a
option,
soundbite? I just like being nude.
if
I
they give
don't.
an
I
option of
don't have
clothes
my
or not
vibrator on my
clothes,
desk.
this is not a vibrator. If they're gonna give an option, I'm gonna choose not.
For sure.
So but you have to have some layer of protection between you and the blanket, right? Because like
Well,
otherwise the
you and the
coils
light.
get too hot.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you and the actual coils. Because otherwise it's just like right on your skin. So you either have to wear protective clothes or you have to be sitting inside the blanket. And then that's kind of nice too, because you could just sweat into it. And then I just wash the blanket and then put it back. So I liked it. It was a commitment. I didn't like that about it. But the product itself, absolutely on the sleep benefits, 100% on the soreness. I would have to say, I'd need to use it more for sure to see some of the other claims, but definitely a relax. I could see how it would reduce cortisol. It was a very relaxing experience. And I did feel that it was getting to deep levels of my tissues. Oh my God. You're
I'm
making this
sorry.
a sexual thing again?
No, I just pictured like
What?
I just pictured like someone walking into a room and like me being in this like bag with just my head out, laying on the floor, like, hi.
Wait, what if
Like a little
you were
cocoon.
laying on a bag, like coffin style, with your ski mask on? Okay. This is the thing about the products
Everything
we
we're
tried.
doing is
When
so
people,
scary.
yeah, when people walked into the room when I was doing this, like I genuinely scared the shit out of my son. Like to the
Well,
point
yeah,
where
that's
he,
scary.
well,
You're
my
just like a
husband,
little
of course.
cocoon.
Yeah, I was just laying there with my eyes closed and he was like, Mama. And then my husband, of course, yells, Don't bother her. Mama's in her coffin. And then my son started crying. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's not part of my review. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize for that part. That's
Warn
just
your
my crazy
family
house.
members what's
Yeah,
going on.
warn them first. But I really liked it. I did feel like it was definitely more than just skin. It was super surf, like getting in to the deeper levels of my muscles, my tissues, and I did feel like my joint mobility was 100% better after I used it. So loved it. Loved it. If you're a sauna girly and you're not in a place where you can put, something that large in your house, you can spend that much, I think you would love this. If you are not a sauna girly, I think it's definitely worth a try. I see me still using mine after this, which I think, is the true test.
For sure. Couple questions. Where are you planning to store it? Like, is it gonna lay there, or are you gonna like close it up and put it away? Or should we
So
designate a spot like in our house where we're like kind of keeping this?
I don't think you have to, but it is a pain in the ass to pack it up. So what I did, like I told you, like my husband was like, why is this on on our bedroom floor? Like this is annoying. So I have like a bigger walk-in closet that I put it in.
Mm-hmm.
So I lay in my closet in my coffin with the lights off. It's awesome. Um, so that was what I did. I thought about putting it in my garage where my gym is, but right now the the heat is just it would be like heat on heat on heat. So I did it in the air conditioning and I felt like that was a tolerable thing. But I think more in the winter, I would definitely consider putting it in the garage gym and like getting right in after a workout. I mean, you're already sweaty anyways, so you might as well sweat it out. And but yeah, I would say you're probably gonna need like a space because it's too big to like move around every day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could if you needed to,
Yeah, you
but
definitely could. If
it
you're
would
gonna
be
use it 3
inconvenient.
times a week, you could get it out each time. It would kind of be a pain in the ass though.
Yeah. Um, I actually really like the fact that it becomes like more of a routine where you have to like lay down and relax,
Yeah.
especially like before bed. And it's really interesting to hear that your sleep improved so much. I mean, your sleep was going to improve with some meditation because I've been telling you that for years,
Well,
but you just won't listen to me because like it's just so helpful. But I love that adding that into a nighttime routine seems to be like very relaxing. As a person with anxiety, do you feel like it helped your anxiety or not long?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yes. Where they say, the mental health benefits, I was definitely skeptical there for sure. Like I can see how, you're gonna put infrared heat into my muscles and my muscles are gonna feel better. That I can understand, that makes sense to me scientifically, check. I when it came to the mental health benefits, I was like, I don't know if you're gonna reduce anxiety. For me, absolutely. Absolutely. It's
Wow.
just such an activity where the the feeling of what you're doing and the pressure of the blanket along with the heat is just one of those like super soothing. It just felt right. It just felt like a cocoon that I didn't want to get out of.
Oh, I love that,
Yeah.
especially for someone who doesn't like small spaces, and that typically you avoid small spaces in a sauna because of that. Seems like a great alternative for people who might be in that same realm that like I don't want to get into a small room box, but I could benefit from feeling that type of like pressure and like heat and obviously the other benefits from a sauna, but without having to be like in a box.
Well, the other thing about the box is that that's your air.
Yes, for
That
sure.
bothers me. And I think that's the part about the box that bothers me. It's really just a breathing thing. I want to
Yeah.
be able to breathe the air that I want to breathe and not like just the air that's just in this one place. Um, and obviously with your head being out, that it's
Hmm.
just not a concern. So it's
Hmm.
like sauna for your body and like you can breathe the air you want to breathe and it's not like hot air. Like it's like,
That's a
yeah,
great point.
yeah, that
Um,
worked for me.
awesome. I feel that I should totally get one. I love it.
Okay, we can
Um,
come use mine.
I came over.
Come over. You can come over.
I'm gonna go nudie too.
Onto the That's okay, I washed my blanket.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, what do you got for on a
Choose
budget?
nude. On a budget. Uh, you gotta watch on YouTube, guys. This has
Bunny
multiple
ears.
uses. Look at this nice dolphin shape. It vibrates. Yes, it does vibrate. Biohacking on a budget. We have the Fastaid 7-color LED light therapy wand. This is on sale right now for $39.99. It is a handheld device. It includes red light therapy and a massager. in the massager. If it's
My
all right.
goodness.
Grow the fuck up. So it has 3 massage modes, and it also has the ability to be heated. It has red light, blue light, green light, yellow light, white light, purple light, cyan light. All of those claim to have different benefits. The red light is the anti-aging one, and collagen production, and the other ones are some of them are more a little bit more surface. Some of them are like the yellow light was like to reduce melanin production, so like evenness and stuff like that. It does get warm. I did it. I did my concoctions and then I did it as like a way to like sink the concoctions in. And also because it's handheld, like you have to like slide it along your skin. So I wouldn't want to do that without like all my, 50,000 layers of goop. You go like
In an upward stroking motion.
yes. Always stroke up. You start with your neck, you always move upwards, you do like your it says it helps to reduce like double chin and like whatever turkey, what do they call that thing?
Goblin.
And then and then you go up and do, your crow's feet, and then you go up to your forehead. I used all of the modes. I tried them all. I tried it heat, non-heat, and I tried it massage, non-massage on my face. And it's cute. It's a cute product. Did the heat help my skin absorb my concoctions? I think so. Did I see any benefits? Not really. Like visible benefits. I didn't see like evening of my skin or like lessening of my fine lines. It definitely didn't make my skin feel tighter after using it, like you said for your mask. But I do feel like there is just like a nice
Like
there's like a
it's
nice
pleasurable.
when you get a vibrating thing, it's just overall is a pleasurable. Here's the thing. When you like take the time to like push
Massage your face.
your
Yeah.
face and you like push it upward and you're like doing that even without any light, I've like all that gung shui. Am I saying that right? You know what I'm talking about? Those like products where it's actually just like a pick and you just like push your face up. I think that's always good. I always feel better after that. My puffiness is always decreased after that. It just is like moving the shit in there,
Yeah.
So I liked that about it.
Yeah.
Circulation, yeah, I liked that about it, that I was like actually taking the time. Here's the thing, it's loud. This is not a private vibrator. It's like I had to shut my door when I was using it, like while my son was sleeping, because like I was afraid it would wake him up. It's loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it only does it when you touch your face. So it's not like a constant vibrator.
Gotcha.
It's
The
just
impact.
like,
yeah.
Right. So the $39.99. Where can you go wrong? I don't, again, is it a life-changing product? No, but it is a nice little thing if, you want some heat on your face, get your goop in better and have that little relaxing experience of the vibration and the swishing. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Nice little thing.
Honestly, I like a little like face massager anyway.
Sure.
Like I don't sometimes I feel like it's like such a neglected because we're just like slapping some goop on, but we're not really like if you look at your jaw and just kind of like move some things around, get some more blood flow there, it always feels nice when I do it.
Definitely.
I just forget to.
Definitely.
So limited time.
We don't have a code for this one, but I forgot to mention we do have a code for the HeatPod Sauna Blanket if you are interested. It is in the show notes. I don't have it on me right now because we were waiting for the rep to get back to us, but it will be in the show notes. If you're interested in the HeatPod Sauna Blanket, you can get that at a discount, and you can also get Kelsey's face mask or anything on the Bond Charge website for 15% off, and that is the TTSL code. So we hope you have enjoyed our discussion on red light and infrared today. It was really enjoyable for me to test these products and talk about them, and I hope that you feel the same, that like, you know, testing these and kind of giving our listeners a, hey, you know, before you spend all this money, here's my experience. I feel like, I hope that was useful. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure. And just diving into some of the benefits, potential benefits from red light is very interesting, because I was definitely skeptical on what some of these benefits would be and if you would feel them right away. And, having the experience of actually, you feeling some of these benefits and me feeling some of these benefits right away is promising for some of the research that's coming out surrounding red light therapy. So this is Biohacking on red light therapy. Tune in for our next episodes, because you don't know, it might be her pleasure wand. We love you guys.
Love you.